Full disclosure, I have Scottish blood coursing through my veins. Not just a thimbleful, lots of it. My mother was a MacEwen, a clan recorded since the 12th century. Her father Hector emigrated from Scotland to Canada, but mum remained staunchly proud of her Caledonian heritage. My father was, obviously, a MADELEY, a family rooted in quintessentially English farming stock. MADELEY literally means cleared a field, made a lead up, so that my DNA laid bare 50% Scottish, 50% English. Although I very happily lived in Scotland when I was a reporter for ITV's Carlisle-based border television, I was born in England and have spent most of my life here. Perhaps it's my dual genetic identity, which means I've always thought of myself first and foremost as British, rather than English, although most English people I know feel the same. Interestingly, even anti-independent Scots identify as Scottish first and British second. Hey ho, vive la difference, Jimmy. So to the prospect of a second independence referendum. Should Boris cooperate with SNP leader Nicola Sturgeon's demands for one? I think he should. I know the 2014 referendum was meant to be definitive and the last in a generation. But when Sturgeon says Brexit changed all that, she's not merely being opportunistic. She's right. 7 years ago, the campaign against Scottish independence specifically and stridently warned that Scotland might find itself drummed out of the EU if it voted to break away from the rest of the UK. It was a great big, threatening stick of an argument. The Scots duly voted to stick with the Union. And what happened? 2 years later, we quit the EU. On that basis alone, I think Sturgeon is justified in calling for a rematch. But there's a wider point here. We live in a democracy. The people's voice, and giving the people a voice, is not something we should be afraid of. If Sturgeon and her SNP can make a case for a second referendum, and I think they have, we should allow it. Personally, I believe the result would be the same as last time. Why? To quote from Bill Clinton's internal party messaging during the 1992 US presidential campaign, it's the economy. Stupid and Scottish people aren't stupid. They know how much they cream, and from current arrangements, in England, citizens benefit from public spending at £90 more than they're taxed per head. In Scotland, it's 28 times that, £2,500 because of the subsidies shoveled north of the border. Kiss goodbye to that under independence. But if a newly economically shriveled Scotland stuck with the pound, they'd be firmly under the Bank of England's thumb. Hardly freedom from the old enemy. So join the euro. Then, not the jolliest of refuges for a small, struggling economy. Just ask the Greeks. We should trust Vox Populi, the voice of the people. In democracies, they generally call it right.